Straight from the approach, the bowling conversation. Yeah.
Right, Shay, Rory, how are we doing? Right, new little segment we've got here for starting up this week. We are going to go for a weekly roundup of our leagues. So we'll start off with the Monday doubles, which last week we had APB. Rob Saunders, incredible, first ever 600 series. So shout out to Rob there.
Shout out to Rob and Splendid Web.
Now, we couldn't go much further without our league. Top of the league at the moment is Shay and Lucas. So well done, Shay. What have you got to say about that? 5 points clear at the moment.
Well, this is not only winning this year, we are back-to-back champions, I believe. So this could be
not yet.
Well, we'll see. We'll see. We'll see if beers, babes, and bowling have anything to do with it.
Well, this is it, Rory. Nathan, you're in fifth at the minute, but a couple of games in hand. So you could theoretically, you could catch them. You could be there. You could be there with them. You know what are you thinking? What are you saying to Shay?
Yeah, you just wait, mate. You just wait. The last
8 weeks left, or has all to play for.
See, the difference is between beers, babes, and bowling and B&B is that we have handicap. Rory, how many pins handicap do you have?
I've got about 8 pins right now.
I have like 30.
Rory has 9, to be fair. Charlie's on 62, though, so Charlie's got the team's handicap for him there.
Yeah, Charlie has enough.
Yeah, B&B have got not that combined. So Charlie's got the one.
As well, actually. I'm not sure.
Yeah, tonight we're playing Jim and Julie, and from the last time Jim played me...
That will be now Nadine and Jim.
Nadine and Jim. So the last time Jim played me, Jim shot a 212 with 50, 60 pin handicap. We were not chasing that game. Absolutely not.
There's no chance.
No.
A few tears were shed that night.
There was. I mean, there were a few good matches on Monday last week. We had Rob and Adam were head-to-head down on lane 11 and 12. And I think game 2, I think they both had the front 4. Then they spared a couple. Then they had another strike. And with their 50s and 60 handicaps, they were on it. And they both ended up with 700 handicap series.
Wow.
I think 719 and 712. But Rob's PB there was... Yeah, Rob's PB there. Well, you're still there with the high series of 814 from your sandbagging days. I mean, higher handicap days. Alex Corsa with his 298 still sits there and the top of the scratch. But you've got him on series. So you got him. You got 754 with the high series. he didn't. He's not in the top 5 with a 298 on series. So
I think he's to make 600 that week. Yeah. If I remember correctly.
Well, 676 is 5th, and with a 298, he's not there. So less said about that one, the better, I think. But a 326 handicap game is pretty impressive. So with that, we'll move on to Thursday. Rory. What is it you've done this year? You are top of the league, freshly promoted from Division 2. You are top of Division 1.
Yeah.
What have you got to say to all those sort of...
I know we're only 5 weeks in, but was not expecting at all to have had the start that we've had. Scores are low.
Scores are very, very low.
Averages are very, very low.
The high average is 186 through 5 weeks. So it's not a lot.
That's not a lot of score. So
Cheetah is kicking a lot of butts, to be honest. That pattern is tough. Yeah,
everyone's getting a little bit frustrated.
Everyone wishes they had that purple hammer to be able to use.
Yeah. I think it was a good idea to ban that ball. I think it was a good idea.
You've got to give Rory credit, though, because Rory's played... So last week, Rory played Dave Johnson and Cy Bartram. Both been bowling 30, 25 years apiece. And smote them both 8-2. So...
Righty power. That's the right.
Shout out to the two-handed righty.
Yeah, the lefties no longer rule this house.
This is my house.
But we're there again. I mean, we've got you at the top. We've got Vincenzo in second. And then Kim's in third. Nicky Danowski fourth. It's just... Yeah. I've got a couple of games in hand, but I'm in 8th, man. It's not good enough. It's
shocking.
Not good enough.
Pretty poor start.
It's not acceptable.
First and second.
Honestly, I mean, Cy's in 9th.
It's struggling.
Cy is struggling, but he now has his black hammer. He has his black hammer. He will be A-OK. He'll be fine. But yeah, it's an upside down table for the first sort of 5 weeks.
Unless you've got a urethane ball, you've got like 450 plus revs, and you've got like 18 miles an hour off your hand. Like, cheetah's hard. Real hard.
Cheetah is hard.
Even with those things,
35 feet, you think, it's hooking everywhere.
Cheetah's fudging hard. Fudging hard.
Yeah, you
But
think
yeah.
35 feet, you think ass hooking everywhere.
No,
37 mil says no,
you
not
will
quite.
watch it sail at the 610.
Easily.
Like,
Yeah, 3 off the right is a thing.
Yes, a lot.
Doesn't make sense in the brain.
No.
Where's our owner?
It's fun.
Where's Kimbo?
Kim Johnson is third. He is sitting
Ooh.
third, so he's not doing too
Even
bad.
after a
Rocky start, but yeah, I mean, he's only averaging 178. But he's, but Danielle's there. Danielle is there. She's only played 2 games. You know, she's been away. She's been away for a couple of weeks, but she has only lost 2 points in those 2 games. Danielle has started very strong. I mean, she whooped the younger sister 8-2 or 10-0, I think. So that would have helped.
I love the Edicas.
But yeah, it's a strong division.
Yeah, it's shaping up to be a lot of fun.
It is a strong division. And Division 2 is just all to play for. You know, move on to Division 2. And again, we've got 4 newcomers are the top 4.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you know, you can't say you can't say enough for it being a sought after league when, you know, 4 newcomers to the league 6 weeks ago into a sport league, a PBA pattern, are the top 4. You know, we've got Lynn Gamage top, who's only lost 8 points through 5 weeks. Gary Baker is 9 points behind her, but a game in hand. And then we've got Alex Corsa, who's been a regular sort of house league bowler for years, but wanted to try his luck. He's in 3rd, and then Barris is in 4th. You know, can't say enough about that. And then Shea here is in 5th. Again, few games in hand though. He has lost the fewest amount of points. So he's lost 4 points from 3 games.
Only lost 4 points
from 3 games. So it's, you know, can you creep to the top?
So I'm gonna battle myself here. So I'm actually quite confident in Division 2 this year. You're absolutely right. I'm not taking it away from Lynn Gamage and you Gary Baker.
You've been there a few years.
I've been there 1 year, all right. I didn't get promoted last year because this guy, this bloody fucking guy, stole promotion with Danielle. Shout out to Kev though. Kev, great sportsman.
Yeah, should have been unfortunately injured this year, but he'll be back.
Yeah, he'll be back. So this is my year in Division 2. I have a lot of competition, but I do, as you said, have some games in hand, and those games in hand are against Gary Baker, which is one of them.
This is it. There's nowhere to hide in that division. If you want to be those top 2, you've got to really, really work for it.
You are going to have to fight for that promotion this year, but I think you've got a very, very good chance. A very good chance.
Thank you. Yeah, I don't have those 450 revs and two-handedness, but you know, I've got the one hand and a few revs going my way. So we'll have to wait and see what Division 2 holds for us this year.
I mean, again, I will say big shout out to Jared Davidson as well. 246 it's high game.
Mad game that.
That is the high game across both divisions. Mm-hmm. You know, we're at 242 in Division 1, but Jared
just couldn't stop striking that game. I watched it.
He just went for it, and he just rolled with it. So that's a big shout out there. Gary, again, high average in Division 2 with 172. And Hillary's just
shout Hillary
work of people. You know, she's 5.759 for high series.
So we were talking about Alex Cowser a minute ago, a regular house pro, which we all said, right? Played Hillary Cook, Team Wales senior champion, going to the Triple Crown for Wales this year. Do any of you remember the score between Alex and Hillary?
Oh, it started with a 10, and I think Alex didn't have many that week.
Yeah,
We'll have to look it up. Sorry, viewers. We'll let you know next. If you know, you know. But we'll get back to you on that.
Somewhere we'll know. So that sort of brings an end to the weekly roundup for this week. But I've got a question for both of you. So I've been bowling a long time, right? I've bowled house leagues. I've bowled sport leagues.
We all know.
I've been bowling a long time. What's it meant to you to come from being a Friday night, you know, with drinking Tuesday night, you know, coming up, drinking your pitchers of woo-woos, like having fun, to now being a league bowler, now being a tournament bowler? You've both come along so well, and you know, the last 2 years, I've seen you go from throwing a house ball for a giggle to where you're at now, travelling in ESBTs with everybody, you know, back-to-back points in ESBTs for the first 2 weeks, first cash in an ESBT. What's it meant to both of you to be at that level so quickly?
It's amazing, actually. I found a passion for a sport that is rewarding.
Sport, you all heard that, sport.
Yeah, it's genuinely, it's not something that I wouldn't have predicted. This is how it went, like from the first night of bowling. Like I used to just come in and play pool, and got bowling one night, and now we're here. Like I love it. I think it's brilliant. Yeah, it's amazing to be like here, and throwing balls, just throwing balls,
That's amazing to see. You know, it's and that's where the sport. You know, there were some really good stories like yours, Shay's. You know, we've got Mike as well.
Yeah,
it's brilliant to watch.
I have found bowling the most rewarding sport I've ever done. You know, if we could get my mum out here as well, she'd tell you I did karate, judo, football, rugby when I was a kid. I never stuck to anything. You know, like the ADHD in me just won't let me stick to anything. It just won't. But I fell in love with bowling on the Tuesdays, and it has been so good for my mental health. You know, like coming in on my days off, doing something that I really enjoy. I absolutely love it. And as Rory said, you're just throwing balls. Mm-hmm. You know, the community around bowling I find fantastic.
Right. There's a whole bunch of people, but you know, as much as it might be the same sort of blanket of 100 people every month that you see, or at different events, you've got your senior events, you've got your adult events, and you've got your junior events. Especially hosting so many here, you've got that net of people who everybody will walk through the door and know who you are, because either because you work here or now because you travel and you bowl.
And that's been so rewarding, you know. Like we could all rattle off a couple names: Mike Quarry, you know, people who have meant a lot to us and have been part of our journey.
Well, he's only just come back. Robinson, you know, he was, you know, one of yesteryear was on Mike Quarry.
You know, and these people have made a massive difference to us. You know, like people, you know, Stroud Bowl rocks up to a tournament. You see me, Mark, Rory, Mike turn up. You know, and
well, you get Kim say things like, "Hang on a minute, who the hell's working today? If you four are here."
Yeah,
like,
you know,
little things like that. But it means that it's just good fun to walk in. The atmosphere is already brilliant when they walk in here or we walk in there.
Yeah, 100%.
And it's just, you know, everyone's, oh, yeah, you know, what, you know, how's things, how's business, you know, and but then it's the same when they come this way.
Stroud Bowl is trying to change the sport a little bit. You know, we are really trying to get it out there and, you know, advocate for what we're doing. You know, right now, it's a quiet day for us, and we're trying to do as much as we can. We could be twiddling our thumbs. But we're really trying to push everything that we do. You know, we're trying to be the difference. We're trying to be the inspiration. You know, and to me and Rory, bowling definitely means a lot. You know, we go home, you know, we text each other at 1 o'clock in the morning, little bowling reels. Well, he sends me reels. I'm really bad at replying. And then I'll ring him at ridiculous times and just rattle off for like 20 minutes because that's what I'm like. But it means a lot to all of us, I think. And the SBBs, the Stroud Bowl boys, you know, the three of us and Mikey, shout out to Mike who's at home today. We're trying to make a difference. So,
you know, it's great to see the progression. That's the biggest thing. It's awesome. It is awesome. I love being a part of it. Yeah.
Amazing.
Thank you very much.
Brilliant. Well, thank you. And again, join us next week for the weekly league roundup, and we'll see if you can hold on to those top spots between you. Amazing. Little teaser for those of you who have watched the whole video. Little teaser.
Oh.
New monitors potentially maybe
Martin,
incoming.
what are you doing over there, my man?
Secrets alive.
Secrets.
Now we are looking to install new monitors.
And how's it going?
It's going all right. I'm just fine-tuning everything because it's just sending old signal to new stuff, and sometimes it doesn't want to play ball, but we'll find it.
Shout out to Martin though.
It looks a lot better now.
It definitely does.
Right, that is all you're going to get, folks. Bring it on. Thank you. Don't forget to subscribe to our Stroud Bowl 300 YouTube page, straight from the approach, a bowling conversation.
Straight from the approach, the bowling conversation. Yeah.